somewhere right now, a marketing team of 10 people is quietly becoming a team of 5. Not because 5 of them were fired in one meeting, because one piece of software started finishing the work of 5 human beings before their coffee got cold. This isn't a prediction. It's already happening, in offices you've never heard of, to jobs you thought were safe. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how a handful of algorithms are cutting entire industries in half, and why the people running those algorithms never set out to replace anyone at all. The question isn't whether this changes your work, it's how much time you have left to prepare. 2 years ago, editing one finished minute of video could take a professional an entire day. Writing a single well-researched blog post could eat up 4 hours of a writer's life. A script, a voiceover, a thumbnail, a full production pipeline. That was weeks of coordinated human labor. Today, one person with the right software can do all of it before lunch. Not a rough draft. A finished, publishable piece of content. Marketing teams now report cutting production time by roughly 40%. Some individual tasks, first drafts, background research, rough video cuts, are landing up to 90% faster than they were 3 years ago. That's not incremental improvement, that's compression. An entire industry's workload, folded in half and then folded again. So what's actually doing the cutting? It isn't one single robot taking over. It's a quiet stack of specialized tools, each eating a slice of a job that used to belong entirely to a person. Language models draft outlines, scripts, and captions in seconds. Voice synthesis tools generate narration nearly indistinguishable from a trained voice actor. Video generation platforms assemble B-roll, transitions, and pacing automatically from a script alone. Image generators produce dozens of thumbnail concepts in the time it used to take to brief one designer. Individually, each tool saves a little time. Stacked together in a single pipeline, they don't just speed up content creation. They remove the need for an entire team to exist in the first place. One person, one laptop, one subscription, doing what used to require a studio. But here's what the productivity charts don't show you: the people standing where that time used to go. A freelance video editor who built her career on turnaround speed suddenly finds her biggest selling point matched by a $14 a month tool. A junior copywriter, once hired specifically to knock out first drafts, discovers there are no more first drafts left to write. This isn't a distant, futuristic threat. A large share of full-time creators surveyed say they've already restructured their teams, cutting roles once considered essential, not because those people did bad work, but because the work itself compressed into something one person or one system could finish alone. And the strange part is, most of them saw it coming. They just didn't think it would arrive this fast. But here's where it gets stranger, because cutting your workload in half doesn't mean you get half the free time. For a huge number of creators, it means something almost nobody predicted. When a task that took 4 hours suddenly takes 40 minutes, the natural assumption is that you now have 3 hours and 20 minutes back. Time to rest, time to think. That's not what's happening. Instead, most creators are simply producing more. Same hours at the desk, but 2, 3, sometimes 5 times the output. The bar for what counts as a normal week's work quietly moved, and it moved for everyone at once because everyone has access to the same tools. There's a second, quieter cost too. When a machine drafts your outline, your script, your rough cut, something subtle changes in how a creator relates to their own work. Editors and writers describe a strange distance, the sense of polishing something rather than making it. One workplace study even found that while AI-assisted output was rated higher quality on average, the people producing it reported lower personal satisfaction with work they hadn't fully authored themselves. Faster, better by some measures, and for a growing number of people, quietly less fulfilling. Not everyone is losing ground though. Some are pulling far ahead. Solo creators and small teams are the biggest winners in this shift. One person who understands strategy, storytelling, and how to direct these tools can now compete with a studio 10 times their size. Small businesses that could never afford a full content team are suddenly publishing at a volume that used to require a real budget. The people losing ground are usually the ones whose entire value was speed and volume alone. The fastest typist, the quickest editor, the person hired purely to grind out drafts. When the machine can grind out drafts too, and grind them out faster, that specific skill stops being scarce. What's still scarce, even now, is judgment, taste. The ability to know which draft is actually good, which idea is worth pursuing, and which finished piece will genuinely connect with a real human being. Machines can produce content. They're still remarkably bad at knowing which content matters. So where does this actually go? Every serious forecast points the same direction. This compression isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. The tools cutting your workload in half today are expected to cut what remains in half again within a few short years. Entry-level creative work, the jobs that used to teach beginners the craft, is shrinking fastest of all, which raises an uncomfortable question. If nobody starts at the bottom anymore, who becomes the expert at the top? The channels, agencies, and creators still standing 5 years from now won't be the ones racing to produce the most content the fastest. They'll be the ones using that extra time to get sharper, better ideas, better judgment, a deeper understanding of the people actually watching. The tools will keep compressing the busy work. What they can't compress is a genuinely good idea. So here's the real question this leaves you with. If a machine can already do half of your job, what exactly is the other half? The part that's actually, unmistakably you. That's the part worth protecting. That's the part no update, no new model, and no $14 subscription can replace. Tell me in the comments, what's the one part of your work you'd never hand over to a machine? Drop a number, 1 through 5, for how much of your job you think is already automatable. And if this made you think twice about where things are headed, subscribe, because we're only getting started asking what if.